Hey guys, it's David here, and welcome to Hot Tuck Tapes, where I share my thoughts on RuPaul's Drag Race. Spoiler alert, but why y'all acting brand new? And I'm not a drag queen, not an expert on drag. I just like talk about drag, and I try to talk about drag with you guys on the interwebs. So let's get into this week's episode. I will say before I get any further, Sasha Velour was robbed. Once again, I cannot believe that she didn't win this challenge. I'm skipping ahead, but like, how? I'm angry about it, but let me back up, get to the beginning of the episode. I love that Nina said, I hope that Shay struggles cleaning this mess off the mirror, and there it is, streaky mess, Shay trying, as she will, to smear the lipstick of Nina Bonina Brown. It was the prophecy told by Miss Bonina Brown, and it came true. So before long, we have RuPaul entering the workroom wearing a kaleidoscope sort of suit this week. I wasn't like in love with it, but I didn't hate it completely. There were also like some fun workroom fashions from Shea Coulee with the two different red plaids that didn't completely match, but sort of looked the same. First, we have Everyone Loves a Puppet. They're all assigned their cast members, and they decorate their puppets in drag. They got through these really quickly, but a few of the things I remember, I liked Shay's power top sloppy bottom joke. I liked Sasha's jelly reveal, if you will, of Trinity's silicone butt with like the, you know, huge rectangle of puppet padding. I thought that was clever. Trinity looking directly into Shay's eyes as she's reading her using the puppet. For Alexis's puppet, I literally just wrote, Alexis is going home. I came into this episode being like, there is no way we are going to get through this week without Alexis Michelle sashaying away. There was just no way. So Peppermint went, she was nice about it. She just like spray painted the puppet green, which was a funny little joke. I mean, how could she not make that joke? It was kind of low hanging fruit, but you know, she sold it. Sasha won this little mini challenge. Once again, I wish she had won the entire episode, but whatever. She finally won something useful to her, some Today Ticks, which I got a laugh out of thinking that, you know, after Michelle mentioning Today Ticks over and over again on RuPaul's podcast, What's the Tea? Finally, they are a part of the actual show, RuPaul's Drag Race. But yeah, before this, Sasha won hamburgers and hair products. So now, finally, something that is definitely of interest to Sasha Velour, some Broadway tickets. So once Ru announced the mega challenge, which was the ball, 3 looks, all right, we're gonna have a lot of content, and then he gets to the village people, and I'm thinking, that Native American look, what's gonna happen with that? And of course, once Alexis Michelle said, I want something a little tribal, but also ready to wear, I'm like, girl, ooh boy. I will say in these workroom segments, RuPaul seemed a lot more relaxed and like playful. The moment with Sasha Velour describing her rainbow look, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, lead single 2.0, deconstructing the rainbow. Shea Coulee talked about her construction worker look, and I was thinking, is this gonna be some Fifth Harmony work from home realness? And then we got probably my favorite moment of this episode, which had very little to do with any of the contestants. RuPaul ribbon twirling in the workroom. I mean, thank God we can update our RuPaul gifs. No longer do we have to recycle things from seasons 1, season 2, pre-1997. I feel like we've missed out a lot on like seeing who Ru is in these more recent seasons, and I feel like this was at least a moment where we got to see Ru having a little fun. So thank you, Ru, for spinning our ribbons. Then we got to the actual ribbon twirling, and I was shocked that they were actually choreographing this all themselves, or Sasha Velour was choreographing it as the team leader. I guess, yeah, they have done this in previous seasons. It's definitely a circumstance that is ready for drama among the queens, since they have nobody who's leading the ship outside of the team. But I was still just shocked, like, wow, they're giving them this entire routine to just like do with what they will. Alexis Michelle saying, I grew up in the theater. I mean, quintessential. At this point, she's like a caricature of herself. And of course, Shay being like, Bopma, Bopma, Bopma. It sent me right back to Jazz 2. I saw Alexis coming for Sasha from a mile away, but what I did not predict was Shea Coulee also kind of coming for Sasha, or Sasha saying like Shay was stepping on her toes. That was like a nice little twist. There was a nice sound cue in there, because you know, it's always nice to just like have some of that best friend race shattered. That said, it is top 5, so it should have been shattered a little bit ago, but better late than never. So without further ado, main runway, here we go. And RuPaul, thank you. This is what we were waiting for on season 9. Thank you to the team for getting it together. RuPaul looks wonderful. That wig that asymmetrical giant, I don't know how many wigs, it was giving me finally some classic Ru glamour vibes on this season. The eyeshadow was definitely a bold choice, but it wasn't even bad. I like the makeup too. I thought that Ru's look was great. So thank you to the team for stepping it up for the final little last moments of season 9. We get into the ribbon twirling routine first, and Alexis Michelle, I love how they just like put her in the center, just like, girl, you can just like have center stage, don't move, just like twirl a ribbon and give some face. They didn't want to have to tell her how to do anything because they were like, oh man, she's gonna complain. She's gonna be like, you want me to go stage left? You want me to go stage right? Basically all I noticed about this was like Alexis in the middle, Trinity giving some face during the choreography. The editing was so fast, I really didn't have a chance to notice all that much going on stage. This is like one of those dance moments, just like last week when they had the choreographed routines with the pairs with the makeover challenge. I just like, there's so much editing, I don't know how to judge where this is going to rank in the competition. But for those of you with better eyes than I, please let me know who your favorite from the ribbon twirling moment was. If that silliness aside, we have 3 runway looks. This was like the main component of this challenge, and I'm gonna go queen by queen and just review all 3 of their looks. So we've got Shea Coulee, and the first look was her graffiti rainbow look, which I actually really liked. I thought that the short blue wig looked really good with this look. It was a very creative way to take on the challenge. I don't care that there wasn't like any rainbow colors in the look. Her unicorn look was really solid. I like the whole black horse concept. I thought that she really sold it with her neighing on the runway, if you will. And her construction worker was, as I predicted, a work from home look, basically. But it had that nice flowy patchwork, which was, if you paid attention, a little foreshadowed in the workroom with her plaid top bottom look with the little like flowy skirt kind of a thing on the bottom. So I like that, you know, as an arc for just this episode, Shea told a story with her workroom and her runway looks, I guess. She still didn't deserve to win. Sasha deserved to win, so I'm gonna get to her next. Sasha's rainbow look. I think that it probably left some people scratching their heads trying to understand. I also like that I kind of called the Wizard of Oz reference. The house reveal was great. I think that like the neon take on the rainbow, I don't know. I love the unicorn look. I think that the whole like Game of Thrones unicorn, like if we're to imagine an environment in which a unicorn would exist, it could very well have been one of these like Game of Thrones sort of looks. If it hadn't been that, then like I could have imagined her doing a Harry Potter unicorn kind of a look. So I wasn't shocked, but I was definitely impressed. And lastly, her cowboy look, that was my favorite of all 3. I thought that that was amazing. The gloves with the cow hide on the top of them, and just the way that it was such a good balance between feminine and masculine and the red, and I don't know. I thought that the cowboy look was amazing. All 3 of these looks were fantastic, so she should have won in my book. Alexis Michelle's rainbow look was like quintessential. How could she have worn anything other than what she wore? And especially after last week when they read her on the bodysuit, it's like, her unicorn look was all right. Like it was gold, whatever, it was fine. And then her Native American look. Listen, I know you're trying to do like a play on like, it's a bow and arrow, but it's also a bow in my hair. But like, girl, the whole point of like taking this specific character and trying to put it on the runway is to not make a mockery of Native American culture. And you put a bow and arrow on your head. Oh my God. Trinity's looks this week were all basically passable. I liked her rainbow outfit, but I will admit that it wasn't like amazing, astonishing. It was just, you know, very solid, very chic. Her unicorn look was fun. The leg warmers, I think, may get read on this week's photo fashion review, but she sold it, you know. And lastly, her policeman look was good. I didn't love it as much as the judges did. I was a little confused by their praise, but I think that overall it was solid. None of these looks blew me away, but I love Trinity as a competitor. She's still my front runner to win, and she did the job well enough. And then lastly, we have Peppermint, and her rainbow look gave me a lot of like Pride Parade vibes. I'm glad they decided to have this look on like the first week of Pride Month. I am feeling very prideful in general. So her look was very festive. It felt like she was almost waving a rainbow flag with that sash. I also liked Peppermint's unicorn look. I thought that the bulbed hair was a nice little touch that sold it. And her pleather leather look, if you will, really, that was, I think, my favorite of hers, especially for somebody who claims that she's very unfamiliar with the leather community, a pleather queen, if you will. I thought that she really sold both the look and the role, and I was really impressed by Peppermint this week. I think that she stepped it up a notch once again. The sun is setting, so I've got to like speed this. As far as the judges' critiques directly to the contestants, I loved Michelle reading Alexis Michelle for filth, being like, I know you stoned that dress, it's still underwhelming. And then Alexis in the interview, once again, blaming the queens for not telling her that she looked bad in the workroom. It's another see something, say something moment. Once the queens were asked to say who they thought should go home, I thought everyone would say Alexis Michelle. Alexis said that Peppermint should go home, which I guess, you know, if you can't say yourself, then Peppermint would probably be the next choice. And then Trinity said Peppermint, which I'm not sure if that was like strategy because she already knew Alexis was about to go home this week. So maybe she was like, all right, well, if I've got to choose of the people who are not sure to go home, then Peppermint should. And then Peppermint, I think it was probably like, you know, the classiest of answers where you say, well, this person's my main competition, so they should go. And when you answer in that way, it's more of like a compliment than anything else. But, you know, Peppermint and Trinity, they are like consummate professionals. Anytime that they're going to be baited to give some reality TV drama, they're going to give something very prepared and professional. So I thought this all kind of like went in line with their characters. I appreciated RuPaul referencing Paris and Birding during the deliberations. Thank you for continuing the gay history references. I hope that this gets new fans to engage with these wonderful bits of gay media. Oh my god, I'm orange. I needed to turn on the light. Is this better than me being in the dark? I don't know. Also, Ru, your joke about leaving the judges with reservations, that was me oh my. Sasha was robbed. I mean, Shay did fine, but Sasha was just way more out of the box and just like did the most in this challenge. And it's just becoming a repeating theme. Like Sasha, at this point, has a very little chance of even winning, and she has enough great credit to her that she should be a front runner. So we get to the lip sync. It's Alexis, it's Peppermint. Alexis has a mustache because she is always prepared to lip sync. Peppermint, though, one-ups her and then does a wig reveal to some Umbrella 2007 realness. And from that moment on, you could kind of tell Alexis knew that she was going home this week. But to her credit, at least she did not give up completely, which has been a running theme on this season. Alexis Michelle tried her best, but Peppermint absolutely slayed her. Not sure why they chose Macho Man, but I loved Peppermint referencing Alexis, being like, she's a man, Maury. I always live for a Peppermint lip sync. I loved her last one in the Madonna look, and this one was just as entertaining. Peppermint deserved to stay. Obviously, Alexis deserved to go home. It was a little ironically tragic that at the end in her little speech with the trophy, she's like, you liked me, you really liked me. And she's probably watching this at home like, she got that villain at it. It could be debated that the show might be worse for her than it's good for her. The show obviously portrayed her in a really negative light, and I'm sure that Alexis is, you know, a perfectly decent human being, as we all are, like a well-rounded person, and on reality TV, they're painted as characters, and they chose to paint her as the villain. So it was just like a little bit of a tinge of sadness when she said that, because it's like, not sure how many of these fans who are not gonna like do the effort to dig are going to like you, Alexis Michelle. But it was her time to go. I cannot say I will miss her on the show. And now we're down to the top 4. And a little preview of next week's show that RuPaul is going to be wearing the official Ice Princess promo look, thank God. I'm very excited. We're getting to like the final few episodes of the season. Please let me know what I should review after this is over, because in a couple weeks this is going to be done, and then I won't be able to talk to you about RuPaul's Drag Race anymore. But as you can see, I've been completely immersed in darkness. I look like I'm like, I don't know. Please let me know what you thought of this episode and this review, and I will talk about Untucked tomorrow. I just wanted to film this like right after the show with the last little bit of daylight, obviously. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. All right, Bye.
Now everybody seems to be just fine, circling a line, but I just want somebody to call mine. A little romantic with candles on the side, hearing you giggle, heavily breathe down your spine. Now I've gone through the chapters, the pages, and the scenes, but nobody ever completing this thing.